go. Fabulous. And here we are on the last of the 7 mindset sessions. So this is the set number 1, and on each set number 1, this is set number 7. On each of them, every time we've done it, we've explored one of the mindsets, and then we've used the hypnotic meditation part at the end to anchor the feelings connected to that mindset and to anchor that mindset. So as each time we've done that, we've used the same finger, so we're loading up. You imagine kind of filling a bottle of pop with all those flavors, and today we're adding the final one to it. And in today's session, I'm going to be inviting you to reconnect with your inner state of happiness, which we will, like with the other sessions, anchor at the end of, mixing it all up to create your ultimate kind of awesome mindset. Now, happiness is yours. It always has been, and it is an innate aspect of being human. It is within you, and it really has been since you were born. But before we go and look at it too much, we need to kind of make a slight distinction, because sometimes we make not a mistake, but we can confuse things. You see, because some people think or associate and go, pleasure, and think that is happiness. Pleasure is enjoying a good meal, having a soak at the end of a busy day in a nice warm bubble bath, or if you like the rain, standing out in the rain and feeling the rain upon your face. That's pleasure. It feels good. It's not happiness. Happiness is what we experience as human beings when we're living by our true values, those things that are most important to us. So today we're going to get your mind to search for some of the essential elements that will bring happiness to you and for you. There are a number of ways that we can kind of, on a daily basis, different things we can do to what's the word I'm after, to help develop and foster more happiness in our lives. And they're going to be things that when I say them, you'll be like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Which is good, because that's what we want. So one thing you can do is a bit of a life audit, and I do recommend this. Look at your life first of all. Say get your, I was going to pick mine up but I can't see it. Get your mobile phone or your diary with all your contacts in it, wherever you keep all your contacts, and go through them all one at a time and ask yourself, make 2 columns and ask yourself, who lifts me, who energizes me, who makes me feel good, who supports me, who does the opposite, who drains my energy, who kind of holds me back, who kind of pulls me down. Now, there'll be some people on that list that kind of swish and float between the two. So when life's good, they're great, they lift you, they help you feel positive and good, and they energize you. Some of those people, when life's difficult, might actually need you there, and that might sometimes be a bit draining. Ignore those people. Ignore those people. They get to sit on the fence. So we're looking at just the people that either really just energize you, you feel good about being around all the time, or those people who, on the opposite side of that, you feel drained all the time. Just even a conversation over 10 minutes with them leaves you feeling a bit flat. And so you go through all of the people that you know. Once you've got your list, it's very simple. Make a choice that day that you've got your list to just start spending less time with the people that drain you all the time, that leave you feeling low. No, not in a horrible, not in a kind of nasty way or anything like that. Just make a choice, make a decision that those people who really don't actually contribute to your life, don't lift you, don't energize you, don't make you feel good about being you. Those people who even the thought of talking to sometimes can leave you feeling a bit flat. Just decide that you're not going to spend so much time with them. It's not that you're unfriending them. It's nothing like that. You're just choosing to spend less time with them. On the opposite side of that, those people whose company you enjoy, the people whose company empowers you, energizes you, that nourishes you, also make a decision to spend more time with those people. Because those are the people that make you feel good. Those are the people who are going to help you feel happier in life. The next thing to do is to then focus on, and this one can be fun, your happy places. Places that when you think about, it just makes you feel happy. Some of those may be places you've been on holiday. Some of those might just be a certain spot in your back garden where, you know, you've got a certain tree or a certain plant, and when it comes out in flower, that's just such a happy place for you. Identify those happy places, and maybe in doing so, you can identify some other places that you've not actually been to, but you go, well, that's very similar to that, so I imagine I'd enjoy being there as well. I'd feel happy there. And very simple, because we like simple, once you've identified those places that you just naturally feel happy in, those happy places, make a choice to spend more time in them. Nothing complicated, nothing difficult. If you've got a favorite corner of the garden, maybe for example, when I used to live in Llansilin, there was the guy that lived next door, I'll try and remember his name, Meyer and it's gone off the top of my head, I can't think of it. And it was really quite amusing because in the summer, every evening, he'd sneak out of the house and have a crafty cigarette around the side of the house, thinking that his wife didn't know. She obviously did, but it was his happy place because he would stand there with his cigarette. He'd watch the sun setting over the mountains, and there was a blackbird that would always sing on the top of the house. And I remember you just catch him out there and chat to him, and he's like, he said, it's like his car's just parked here. He's on the concrete drive, and he's got a great big brick wall by him. It's not the most glamorous of places, but at the end of each day, that was his happy place. He felt good. He felt happy when he was in that moment, blackbird singing, watching the sunset over the hills. Brian, that was his name. And yeah, Brian he'd always be out there every now and then. He'd always have this look of just what's the word? Completion, contentment on his face. So find your happy places and visit them as much as you can. And you know, if one of my happy places, I think goes beyond being a happy place, but is Pennant Melenggeth's chapel at the top of the Thanet Valley, and it's a beautiful location. It's very, very special, and it's not just a happy place, it's a place where I feel very much at peace. And so I could make an effort to go and visit there more often, because it's easy to feel those feelings, those good feelings, when I'm there. But I could also then go, okay, well, what is it about that place? And look for other places that may or may not have a similar effect for me. And so look at those happy places, visit the happy places. And then we move on again to things that you do. Look at the activities in your life. Everything from hobbies and crafts to your work to even things like the household chores. Look at it all and go, when I do these things, which makes me happy? Where do I fit? Where when I'm doing any of those, when is it easiest to feel happy? Now, don't tell anyone else in the house, but actually feel that when I do the washing up, but don't tell them because they'll have me doing it all the time. But there is something about I've got to say I've got to be in the mood for it. It's not every day, but I get there and there's something about the sink and the warm water, and it's quite meditative. I don't really think about anything much, and I can honestly say that I tend to feel happy when I'm doing that. And I think you'll know the pattern here is once you've identified those activities that make you happy, do more of them. Fill your life with more of them. And also ask yourself what else is there that I can do that will also make me happy. So by identifying the people, the places, and the activities in your life that make you happy, and then kind of consciously going, well, if I find it easy to be happy doing that, then it makes sense to do more of it, or be there more, or whatever that more. You're automatically just lifting and boosting your happiness levels. So if there's a place that makes you really happy, but you only get to go there once every couple of months, try and make it so you can go there once a month. If possible, make it so you can go there every couple of weeks, just to that happy place. And again, it doesn't have to be far off. It can be just somewhere. It could be a local park. It could be a local park. When I was in Oswestry, I used to love that. That was another happy place. Going into the park in Oswestry in the summer, where lots and lots of people are using it. There's people playing football. There's people sitting, reading, playing instruments, playing cards, sunbathing, having a picnic. It's just a really good, happy place to be in. And so, yeah, so it can be all sorts of places. So that's one really good way of boosting the happiness in your life, identifying where you find it and just making sure you create more of the moments for you to find it. The happiness and well-being that you seek is inside of you. It's the essence of who we are. We are, and I'm sure I've shared this before, but I don't see. In fact, actually, somebody I'm working with at the moment said, I just need you to tell me that I'm not broken. I don't think anyone's broken. I don't think anyone's broken at all. I don't think people need fixing. We sometimes need a bit of help with our thoughts and our thinking, and sometimes we need to learn a bit of something new that then helps lift us out of one mindset into another. But I don't think that we're broken. I don't think people need fixing. And our default setting, our actual natural sense of self, is a sense of well-being. And when we're happy, the good thing is we also tend to be more successful. And when we're in a state of well-being, we tend to be more inspired. And if we're both successful in all our activities, and again, going back to the first session when we talked about success, successful doesn't mean having cars, houses all over the world, all that. It might do for some people, but successful just, if you're doing the things you want to do with your days and you're happy doing it, that's success. If me and Fee were chatting, was it this morning or yesterday evening? I can't remember. Talking about life and the things that we do, and both of us have been, I'm going to say fortunate, maybe just pig-headed and stubborn enough even to actually have done most of the things we set out to do. I know I've said before, as a kid I wanted to be a magician and perform, and I've done that. I wanted, as I got older, got to be a teenager, wanted to be a musician and play music. I still do that. I still do magic. I also wanted to learn hypnosis, and I learned hypnosis when I was 18. Me and a girlfriend at the time both wanted to run a pub, and I ended up running a pub. Wasn't with her, but I still ended up running a pub. And for some people, they might choose that one thing and spend the rest of their life doing it. But for me, it's like, well, yeah, I've done that. I've had that experience. I can, if there was a bucket list, that's a tick. You only have to go up Everest once to say you've done it. So success isn't all the big stuff. Success is just living your life to the best of your ability, I think. That's personally. when one of the mistakes we can make is look at life like a sliding scale, that it goes from misery to happiness. But happiness is not something that's out here that we have to attain, that we reach for, that we grab for. And in fact, people have spent a lot of time and a lot of money reaching and grabbing for what they see. How you see it in business coaching and stuff. And if you've watched any of the Tony Robbins coaching videos that I've shared up in the members area in the past, you'll see him do it, and also Bandler does it, where people go, I will be happy when, as though happiness is something to attain that's waiting for them out there. And so it'll be like, I'll be happy when I've made my first, I was speaking to a lady actually in America the other day, I'd be happy when I've made my first 100,000. Why wait till then to be happy? Why not be happy making your 100,000? That sounds a whole lot more fun to me. So happiness isn't a sliding scale from happiness to misery. It's not something to be attained. It is within you, and it always has been. If you think of a baby's natural state of being is, oh, look, a world, giggle, giggle, gurgle, gurgle, everything's great, until it needs feeding or any of the other things that babies need, because that takes it away from its happiness. It's how I need feeding. So you feed the baby, it settles again, and it goes into its happy well-being. Yes, everything's great and I feel wonderful. The problem is that somewhere along the line, for the majority of people, those needs that are met, the need of food to keep us well, to then allow us to experience our own natural state of well-being and happiness, we somehow or somewhere along the way misjudge it, and we go, that thing is what's making me happy. So rather than going, my natural state is just happiness and feeling good, we go, oh, I can't feel good or happy unless I have that thing. Which then is putting happiness as something out there, something again that has to be attained, or something that we have to acquire to maintain that state of happiness. But it's got nothing to do with that thing. Les Brown, yes, I like Les Brown. It speaks a lot of sense. So yeah, when the mistake we make is when we see those needs as the source of our happiness. Food doesn't make us happy. We can enjoy food. That again is a pleasure, but it doesn't make us happy, but it gives us the energy and the food that we need to be able to continue experience happiness and well-being. Same with water, with drinks, with anything. It's not the thing that creates the happiness. The thing helps us maintain our natural state of happiness. When we reconnect to our inner happiness, we shift from that kind of, I need these things to be happy, to a different state of mind. So we go from that to, we start happily doing things. We start happily doing things rather than doing things to be happy. Doing things to be happy is an unnecessary thing. Happily doing things is our natural state of being. And this happiness it's not rose tinted. It's not like, oh, the world is a beautiful crystal and I'm shining rainbows all over the place. It's not. We all know that life has its challenges, its ups and downs. And when we reconnect to our happiness, when we're connected to that and realize that we are the source of that happiness, it comes from within us, what changes is how we respond to those challenges. And that changes our experience of life. Unhappiness is never to do with the situation. Unhappiness is what you tell yourself about the situation. our thoughts are what makes the difference. The things we tell ourselves, or things that we think, our interpretation of any situation is what creates our feeling towards it, not the actual situation. Classic example of that is a roller coaster. Some people will tell themselves this is going to be really exciting and I can't wait, and it's way and up, down and round and all this, that and the other. Other people will tell themselves, I don't want to do it, I'm scared, it's going to be terrible, it's going to be horrible. And if they get to the point where they're sat in that chair, then they're like, oh. And it's not the roller coaster that's making them either feel really excited or really terrified. It's what they're telling themselves. It's their thoughts about the roller coaster that create that feeling. And so happiness and unhappiness is our thoughts. And as we begin to realize that our thoughts are actually just the filter for our perceptions, we perceive our thoughts, filter it by interpreting. But when we realize that, when we start to see that now in every day, then things change. Everything changes. Happiness is your choice now. And it is a choice. There was a survey done. I looked this up a bit back. There's a survey done where they asked 1,000 people if nothing changed in their lives, absolutely nothing changed, could they still be happy? 95% of people, 95% of people said, yeah, think I can. Because again, it's not the things, it's not what's out there, it's your own natural state of well-being, your own natural state of happiness, and what you're telling yourself about your experiences. If you tell yourself that you always need more to be happy, then guess what? You ain't never going to be happy. But if you tell yourself that you're happy with what you have, then anything more you get is just going to make you even more happy. Even though it's still things coming into your life, that shift, rather than making happiness that pursuit based on something coming in, happiness is where you're experiencing those things coming in, and it makes a difference. And I've mentioned in the past that you really do get more of what you focus on. And when it comes to happiness, it's kind of really true, because happiness is a if we strip it away of everything, it's a neurochemical event. You have happy thoughts, it generates happy chemicals, releases endorphins and serotonin and all those things, dopamine, and it's like when you visit your happy place, it triggers the release of all those chemicals, your own built-in happiness drugs. That's what they are. They're there and they make you feel good. They make you happy. So by focusing in on those things that make you happy and focusing and getting more of them and creating more of it in your life, you're creating more of the release of those positive, good feel chemicals in the brain, which literally means that happiness is inbuilt. It's within you. And it's not about always being happy. It's not about permanently grinning with a big smile. Oh, the end of the world's happening, I feel great. It's not about that. Because we need the texture in life. We need those other experiences and the challenges to know what happiness really is for us. Because without them, we wouldn't have a frame of reference. We'd have nothing to quantify what happiness was for us. Another way that we can, as well as the life audit, that we can start building more happiness into our lives, and I know people already do this, is to start a gratitude journal, diary, whatever you want to call it. Every day, just at the end of the day, sitting down with that last drink for the day or whatever, and just write down anything and everything that you're grateful for. I mean, as part of my morning meditation, I have a little part that's a gratitude practice, and I'm grateful that I've woke up and I'm breathing, because Hey, I might not be. I wouldn't know anything about it, but I'm more grateful that I know that I am. So it can really be down to those things. I'm grateful that I've woke up today. I'm grateful that I was able to do the things I did today, that the opportunities came along, that the people I met. I'm grateful for the food. When we start looking at the things that we can be grateful for, and there's been studies done with gratitude work that proves that it helps lift our mood, helps bring us out of kind of depression and sadness by focusing on those things we're grateful for. Because again, the things we're grateful for tend to be things that when we acknowledge them, make us feel happy. And if they're making us feel happy, we're releasing the happy chemicals in the brain, which again is lifting our mood, which is returning us back to that more natural state of happiness. I think everyone knows about gratitude journals and how to keep it and what to do, I think. Can I assume that? Got a thumbs up from Sally. Yeah. A book, write each day. That's it, end of the day. Some people kind of list everything they're grateful for. Some people kind of maybe haven't got that amount of time, so they'll just go the top 5 things. Top 5 things I'm grateful for today. So you play around it, find which way works for you. Or some days maybe you just write a few things, and other days you have like a massive list. It's been an amazing day. Yeah, it's like yesterday. I may have stabbed myself and slipped my finger open, but I'm grateful I got to put the yurt up. So because that was good fun, and it was sunny and hot and lovely. So we're going to go into an exercise, a technique now. I'm going to take us through to increase our happiness, to boost our happiness. And we've done this with all the different mindsets, and this one we're going to do as well. And we're going to anchor it in and make it a part of that accessible mindset. So every time you fire that anchor, you can think of all those positive mindsets we've worked through and allow them to kind of work together within you. So I'm going to invite you to have a fidget, get comfortable, have a stretch. And we'll, for no other reason that it's just what we do, we'll take 3 deep breaths together. On the 3rd breath, just allow your eyes to close just gently in the time that you need to take to relax and focus within, and just follow this to the best of your ability. Again, some people don't picture things like a real vivid image. They just get an impression of it. There is no right or wrong. Just imagine it however you imagine stuff. So let's start by taking a deep breath in, breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. Breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. Third wonderful deep breath in, breathing in, hold it a little while longer, and breathe out. Allowing your eyes to close. And as you allow your eyes to close, I want you to imagine, picture yourself in a cinema. You've got the best seat in the house. Be there, see the things you see, hear the things you hear. And the movie starts appearing on the screen, and there on the screen in front of you is the movie of a really, really happy you. And I mean a really happy you. Like you've just spent a whole day in your happy place, doing your happy activity with the people that make you happy. Picture that you. See that you in that movie. Notice how that you looks, the posture that you has when you're really happy, the facial expressions that you makes when you're really happy, how that you moves and interacts with people and things around when you're really happy. Really make that clear. See that happy you. And now I want you to float into the screen, floating up out of that chair into the screen, and step into that really happy you. Try that really happy you on. See through the eyes of a happier you. Hear the inner dialogue of a happier you and feel how good it is to be that happy you now. That's right. And as you're seeing the world through that happier you, hearing that inner conversation you have with that happier you, and feeling that happiness within you, I wonder, where do you feel those happiest feelings the most? Where within you is that happiness the most wonderfully rich and intense? As you become aware of that now, give it a color. First color that comes to mind. And now take that color. I want you to start to move it, to spin it, to let it flow within you, so it starts to fill your body now with that wonderful, happy color. Every breath spinning in around your body, filling you up, so your whole body is full of and radiating that happiness color. All the way out, radiating that out. That's right. And now double the brightness. Double the brightness and intensity. Make it even brighter, even more vivid. And double it again. Making it even brighter, make it radiant, make it dazzlingly, strongly colorful and bright, whatever color that is, radiating out. And double it again, double the brightness, intensity, again and again. Filling your whole body now, glowing, radiant with that color. And from that place, imagine taking this amazing feeling into your life, into your future. Imagine waking up tomorrow full of that feeling. Imagine waking up next week full of that feeling. Imagine in a year's time still waking up full of that feeling, that amazing happiness. Imagine a lifetime with that happiness there, always in the background of your experience. And now taking your thumb and your finger, your middle finger, just pinch that together, squeeze that together, doubling again that intensity, allowing that feeling of happiness to build within you. And when it feels like it can't go any further, take a deep breath and just release that. And then pinch it again. Feel that happiness growing again, stronger and stronger, that color brighter and brighter, spinning it and flowing within you, building it up, building it up, build it up. And then when it feels like you can take it no further, allow it to go a little bit further. It's only your idea that it can't, that it stops it. Allow it to go beyond that idea, building that happiness up even more, and then release it. Just let it go. And then bring that finger again together, connecting, so that every time you pinch that finger and thumb together, you can access that state of happiness, that natural state of happiness and well-being within you. Squeezing that, doubling it, doubling it, doubling it until it gets so much, and then just release it. Knowing that any time you wish to access that state of mind, and even just to practice it and for the fun of it, you can pinch that thumb and finger together and access that. But not just that, you've now completed the 7 state sessions. All those super states are there within you. They are yours. They always have been, and they will continue to be. And you can remember to access them regularly, using that finger and thumb to pinch together. And every time you do that, you can fire off all those super states of mind together. And every time you do that, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger for you. Now take a moment to imagine. Imagine your future as a you with more self-belief, more clarity, more determination, more connection, more creativity, more energy, more health, an abundance of happiness. See the world through those eyes of your ultimate state of mind. And as you bring that finger and thumb together, firing all of those states that we've brought together, taking a deep breath in, you can begin to wonder just how awesome things can be. That's right. And still keeping your eyes closed, I want you to relax them. Relax them so much that were you to try to open them, you find you cannot. Were you to try to open them, you find you cannot. And when you are certain that they are that relaxed, that you cannot open them, just very gently test them. Try to open them. That's right. And then just relax them even more. And I'm going to take that relaxation over for you. Now, up through the top of the head, down through the muscles of the face, the jaw, just relaxing, down through the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the tips of the fingers, just letting go and unwinding, softening any tensions through the upper back and chest, the lower back and stomach, down into the hips, through the upper legs, the knees, the shins, the calves, the ankles, to the heel, to the tips of the toes. Just relax. And there's nothing to do, just relax. The more you relax, the better you'll feel. The better you feel, the more you can relax now with every breath you take and every word that I speak. I'm going to ask you to just imagine, picture a candle of pure relaxation burning in front of you. Now, I don't know what color that candle is that will allow you to enter into hypnosis today in a wonderful, relaxed way. But just picture that now, just see that there, imagine that there, just burning away, flickering away, whatever color that is for you, that allows you now to start to drift already now, going into hypnosis, into trance, focusing within deeper and deeper. And as you're aware of that candle just flickering there, notice as the first bead of wax starts to run down the side, running down, just dripping down until it lands at the bottom and begins to form a soft, warm pool of relaxation, followed by another bead of wax running down to join the other. And as the candle flickers and burns, that color, that wonderful color of relaxation running down, as you become aware of those beads of relaxation running down through you, soothing and relaxing, melting into a deep pool of calm, warm, comfortable, relax now. That's right. And that candle can continue to flicker, and you can continue to watch it. As I speak to your unconscious mind, ask your unconscious mind to begin now to discover the essence of what makes you happy. Now, I don't know what those things are, and maybe consciously you don't know all of them, but your unconscious mind now can go out and find several things that the essence of what makes you happy. The unconscious mind just doing that now. And in the time it takes me to count down from 19 to 1, the unconscious mind can find all those wonderful things, the essences of which make you truly happy. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I ask your unconscious mind, a part of your unconscious mind, every day to start to boost your inner happiness levels, to go and seek out more of the things that will enable you to access all those good feelings, to take those feelings of happiness and install them as a back program that will make you happier than you've ever been before. And I don't know quite what your unconscious mind will find now that allows you to boost that inner happiness, to boost those levels and to seek more of those things, allowing you to access on a daily basis more of those good feelings and allowing a state of happiness to return to you, no matter what you're facing, whatever you're facing, whatever challenges. So ask your unconscious mind to do that. And as it does that, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. As I do that, the mind can relax, the body can relax even more. At the same time, I'll count up from 1 to 10. As I do that, the mind becomes lighter and freer as it discovers more and more things that allow you to feel more happiness in your life. That's 10, letting go and relaxing even more. 1, the mind becoming lighter and freer as it discovers new levels of happiness. 9, drifting down through time and space. 2, casting off anything that used to get in the way of your natural state of happiness. 8, relaxing, letting go. 3, washing clear the mind of all the negative feelings, allowing wave upon wave of happiness to flow through you. 7, 6, deeper relaxing. 4, the mind drifts higher and higher, almost rising out of the body to a place and a state of happiness, a place of mind of happiness where the essence of all happiness for you lies. 5, and as the body continues to relax, you can let go and enjoy this even more than that. That's 5, letting go. 4, deeper down to 3, 2, and 1. And as the body continues to relax, I'll count up from 5 to 10, and the mind can discover even more wonderful, wonderful things to allow you to discover more and more happiness each day and every day in your life, filling your life with the essence of all things that make you happy. As 5 to 6, uncovering and discovering. 7 to 8, those things that lead to your true happiness. 7, 8, just be in your mind in one of those happy places, a place that makes you happy just by thinking of being there, and be there now, seeing what you see, hearing what you hear, and notice the sun shining, radiant warmth, joy and happiness down upon you, and you reach out, you take that light of happiness and you bring it and place it deep within you. And it starts to radiate and glow even brighter, filling your body with that light, that happiness, that joy, till your whole body is full, radiant, glowing with that happiness. 9. No thoughts, just the experience. 10. A point and place of enlightenment. 'So in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 10. 1 is where you are now. 10 can be eyes open, bringing back all that you have gained, all that understanding. Even if you're not consciously aware of it yet, your unconscious mind from now on will seek out and search those things in every day that bring you happiness. And the more of those things you begin to notice now, the more you can notice and the more you can experience. So rather than living a life searching for happiness, you can live a happy life, searching for more happiness. That's 1, every cell fiber in the muscle of the body coming back. 2, to embrace all of these wonderful states of mind that we've worked with over the past workshops. 3, feel a whoosh of energy from the tips of the toes to the top of the head, energizing, refreshing, revitalizing, feeling good. 4, coming back up. 5, take a nice deep breath in. Filling the body with that oxygen, filling the mind, feeling great. 6, 7, bringing that happiness and the essence of that happiness that's yours. It always has been. It's there within you. 7, 8, coming back now. 9, and when you're ready to open your eyes, feel good, and discover just how much happiness you will find in your life. Then on 10, you can open your eyes, be here now, feel good. And then when you're fully back, you can pop your cameras on and say hello, have a stretch, feel good.